Hello, this is Edward Bolton, and I'm here to introduce the new series that I want to make on ancient Hawaiian culture. I was thinking about calling it Rediscovering the Legends and History of Hawaii. And I want it to be a series where I can just pick out various things about Hawaiian culture and history and some of the legends, right? And like bring them forward in a way that make it comprehensible for people to understand, knowledge generally presented in I don't want to say rambling, but like a concise but also expansive way of presenting the information. I want them to fully understand little bits of details here and there, to see some of the drama. I might include some dramatic Hawaiian music at points. So yeah, I think it's going to be like a holistic approach. I might do retellings of the myths in shortened format to get the ideas and the messages and themes across. And Generally, I want it to be something powerful that can reach into like the heart and soul. I think Hawaiian stories are often sort of bittersweet affairs that have this tension fundamentally within them of a great pain and suffering, but also peace and tranquility. And I want to bring that across in a dramatic but also informative sort of way. My strategies for cross promotion is after I post the video, I'm going to go on Reddit, I'm going to go on Twitter, and I'm generally going to try and promote it to people who might find them to be really interesting pieces of content that can really grab them, if you get what I mean, right? So this is just like generally what I want to do. Find target audiences that care about this, mostly history YouTubers, people who like strange and wacky and zany things, but also dramatic stuff. And the potential limitations or challenges to the sort of thing is I feel some people might be put off from like such a foreign culture. Like a lot of people love that sort of thing, but some people, the history of Hawaii is just very distant to them. And there's also names that can be hard to pronounce. So that might be an issue for myself. But like generally, I think everyone's always so busy on the now. So I might be able to overcome that barrier a little bit if I tie it to current events or phenomenons, things like that. I think that could be a really good way to kind of cross that boundary. I'm going to have to make it very presentable and very sort of official looking. And that might be a barrier in and of itself. But like I'm going to just try to do my best in that regard, you know? You do your best, right? And like generally, I would say the first two storyboards that I've drafted is the first one. I wanted it to focus on the Shark Man of Waipio, and it's a story centered around this kind of serial killer shark man who was born of the union between a woman and a shark god. And I think it's a story that can really resonate with people. It's one of those stories that like people love serial killer stories today, and it's interesting to get a sort of parallel in ancient Hawaii, their own story of a serial killer. And I think it brings out a lot of humanity in him. As for the second storyboard, I wanted it to be an overview of the kapu system. Because, you know, one of the most important things you're going to find in any society is their code of law and the way that they organize their society more broadly. I think that it's one of those things that a lot of people don't know about. You might go back and think across history. You had Roman law, you had laws of ancient Sumeria, places like that. And I think laws often speak to the values the society is pushing or trying to push. It's one of those things where you get a real insight into them. And I've tried to draft them out. I definitely want to expand them, but I think these are a good first attempt to kind of get into that headspace, that place that I need to be in order for it to come across as powerful. It's like a good starting point, but it certainly isn't the end. And I'm going to need to dedicate more and more time to getting it to a place where it is as powerful as I truly want it to be. So, yeah, I'd say that pretty much covers everything. I'd say the way that this is related to everything that I've learned so far, and the flow is, I realize whenever you make a video series, you have to try to tie in every element. So I want to be able to tie in Hawaiian music, Hawaiian themes, right? And just like make sure that I can pull the aesthetic, the visuals as a whole, the music, and everything else together in such a way that it will be something like powerful. So, lots of ukuleles, lots of traditional Hawaiian chanting and things of that accord. Maybe I'll even try some chanting myself, because a lot of these stories involve poetries and melees and things of that accord. So I even have an ipu back there. So who knows? Maybe I'll try to make some of my own music to include as well. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.